Welcome back to the Dividend Diplomat YouTube channel. You've got your favorite investors here, guys, Bert and Lanny, the Dividend Diplomats, guys. And we kind of teased it on this past week's video about selling a certain stock and moving it right back into the stock where the stock came from.
Ooh, what a teaser. Smash that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Holla at your boys. Happy Sunday, Diplomaniacs. Happy Sunday.
Get that coffee, guys. Get your favorite Dividend Diplomat swag right below. You know, we're feeling a little crazy today. If we get this video somehow to 300 likes, let me know what you think I should do. Should I sell and rebuy the stock that it produced this stock? Should I sell and go into something completely different? You have to tell me what. Or should I sell the stock just enough to cover the dividends and use the remaining proceeds to buy something else? So like and comment about that below, guys.
Big 300, Mr. 300. Let's go, everybody. You know what to do here. Let's analyze some stocks and let's analyze some situation here, Lanny. What do we have?
Yeah, real quick, guys. You know, I own Pfizer stock, just talked about them, and man, they've had a nice little pop up this week. We're filming this on August 14th. They're now at 25.11. But that's not the stock really in focus here. It's actually Viatris, ticker symbol VTRS, and they've had a hell of a last week or so. You know, again, we're filming this again on August 14th, late at night. And if I pull up their ticker symbol again,
Yeah, you aren't kidding, man. 5 days ago, they were 10. They dropped as low as 988. Whew. Now
yeah,
where
they're
are
up
they, Lanny?
15% in the last 5 days, which is great.
Yeah.
But somehow they're still down 14% year to date because they were in that, I don't know, 11, 12, $13 range. So they are still down this year, but they are definitely rebounding right now because they had a solid earnings.
Yeah.
Now, with the price appreciation, what happens is the dividend yield drops. It's dropped down to 4.49%. Now, the caveat there is that they haven't grown their dividend since the first year that they paid their dividend when they went from 11 cents to 12 cents. So no appreciation, only price depreciation, and then a stagnant dividend just doesn't sit well in my stomach, Bert.
No. And I mean, this is another example of the spinoffs. We've talked long and hard about how you should strongly, we've talked about just getting rid of the spinoffs when they happen. Viatris, you had the hopes, you had the consumer brands, you had the hopes that after that first year, especially that dividend increase, you might be onto something here. Just it's
Yeah,
kind of
you swing and you miss sometimes, and
yeah,
you know,
there's probably a reason why they were spun off, but you are now learning after the fact.
exactly. Damn, our last video literally, Pfizer was yielding well over 7%. Now it's not. Really, when it comes down to it, let's look at the metrics side by side. You know, Pfizer has an 8 PE and Viatris, according to Seeking Alpha, has a 4 to 5 PE. So that's absurdly low. I think they're still trying to get out from underneath them right now with the debt and losses that they've had in the past. But, you know, again, Viatris does have a low PE, but it's like too low to be true type of thing.
Yeah, but it's always been that way. That's been the interesting of Viatris. It's never been like a 10, 11, 12 PE, and now it's at 4. It's just always been this little BITCH PE ratio. One way to say it. So let's look at the payout ratio then. Pfizer, their payout ratio is below our 60% in our perfect payout ratio range. It's at 56%. Viatris, obviously, they haven't increased that dividend, so their payout ratio is hanging around 21%.
And even if earnings was half, they're still at 40%. Even if it was, you know, again, you can keep chopping it down, 60%. So they still have a very low payout ratio. But 5-year growth rate, Pfizer's sitting at over 2.6%. Again, they do it about 2% a year. Viatris, because they did it the one time 5 years ago, you know, you could divide that 1 cent over the 11 cents divided by 5 years. They're at 1.82% currently on the dividend growth front with 0 years of increases, whereas Pfizer is on the road to aristocrat status with at least 14 going on 15.
Staying alive, staying alive.
I've owned it for every single one of those years, baby.
Yep, Pfizer, that yield is sitting, as you said, it's popped, so it's a little below 7%. It's at 6.85%. Viatris, at least you get a solid yield at 4.49%. You at
Oh,
least
again,
have
both
that.
and both stocks are down this year. Both stocks are down since last year. Both stocks are down 5 years. Now, the market cap, Pfizer is about 12 times larger than Viatris at over 140 billion versus just over 12 billion for Viatris. So, Bert, here's the thing: is I own $2,285 of Viatris,
Okay.
213.8 shares, producing $102 and change in dividends.
All right. All right.
Now, if I swapped it dollar for dollar, Bert, I would actually add not just $102 in dividends, but I would add 127 on top of that. So I'd produce close to $230 in the swap.
Yeah, because you're picking up 2.33% of dividend yield right there because of
Yeah.
yeah, Viatris yielding 4.49, PFE's yielding 6.85%. Yeah, that's a huge pickup.
Numbers don't lie. And then, or if I just want to at least keep the dividends from Viatris, but at least sell it just to get out of a position,
Yeah.
$102 in dividends divided by the 6.85%. I do need to invest just under $1,500 into Pfizer from the 2285, which actually leaves just over $785 in cash that I could choose to do something with. SCHD, VYM, a VOO, a BTC, an LB, you know me. So there are many other options I can use with the cash. Going an ETF route, reducing some of the risk, um, by going to straight ETF with a good third of that proceed.
Do you have a way that you're leaning with this?
Historically, what I've been doing sometimes with SCHD is like the big splashes of like, I exited a position, I'll splash it into SCHD. And given SCHD has been down, that's like, not to say it's an undervalued ETF because obviously it's their holdings. If their holdings are majoritarily undervalued comparative to the market, then maybe SCHD looks undervalued right now comparatively to other ETFs.
You would pick up some pharmaceutical from that top 10. You have
If
AbbVie.
you would,
Like
you're there 90% VTRS.
it might be at this rate, but you'd pick up some oil, some Pepsi, some Cisco. Yeah, I mean, it's not a bad option to go, but are you looking to do this move immediately or are you in a wait and see mode? What's your temperature on this one?
Well, what I first need to do is actually look at because this is one of the stocks that I converted from Ally to SoFi, but the cost basis just didn't transfer over right for this because I did a partial transfer, and I don't know why Ally and SoFi just didn't love each other during my transfer. So I have to go to Ally, see what my cost basis truly is in that, and then look at my market value again of 2285 and see where that stands,
Okay.
and see where I stand overall from a gain loss standpoint because I don't think I'm in a gain, but I'd have to check.
Okay. That's annoying, but yeah.
It's very annoying. I can't just open up my SoFi app right now to see where I'm at.
Wow, that is really annoying.
Super annoying.
Yeah.
I calculated all
So
myself.
really fast, this is not a SoFi Invest thing.
No,
This is not a SoFi thing where don't want to come across. Like we like
probably,
SoFi, so
it's
click that
probably a
link if
game.
you yeah, this is an Atlante's hatred of ally investing, not a SoFi thing. So
Yeah, because and again, it could be the fact that I did a partial. Because I will say we did my wife's from Ally to SoFi. Everything came over just peachy. Just peachy. And for me, I've had a lot of rough bumps from Ally. Oh, there's nightmares with Ally. Ally was putting me on margin notice when there's nothing I've never even signed up for margin. It was like insane with what Ally was freaking doing to me.
I feel like this would be a great video to talk
Yeah.
about your experience going
And
from
that,
Ally
and
to
that,
SoFi.
guys. Ally, get your crap together because you're going to lose customers left and
Might be a
right.
good
With that video.
might be a good Monday freestyle video.
Yeah, the nightmare of what Ally investing is.
In the phoenix of SoFi investing that rose from the ashes of your Ally account.
Yeah.
All right,
But
guys. So let's
what
get
would you
back.
do? Would you guys sell Viatris, move it all into Pfizer? Would you move part of it to Pfizer to cover the lost dividends? What would you do with the remaining cash proceeds? What else would you do? Like and let me know below.
If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, everybody. Give this video a thumbs up. And remember, you're either with us or you're against us, Jack.
That was Bertha Hurt and Lanning from the Dividend Diplomats. Over and out.